Hello, this is Dana with the Freedom Please channel and essenceofme.com. I am coming on today for a quick check-in with my Sisterlocks. I was about to get started on a project and I thought I need to do this because in a couple of days it will be a year and a half since I started my Sisterlocks. And so, yeah, that's kind of the intro and it is what it is. So, February of 2017 started my Sisterlocks, and it is August 2018. Wow, it's crazy. I think that's the first time I actually attached the year to it, and I don't even know where to start because when I'm doing it up here, it's like you can see, but you can't see. So I'm going to try my best because I'm at a desk. Okay, so what is going on? What I'm going to do first is take this little like pretend bun down. No, I'm going to talk so the bun will be there and then go to the end. So has there been any changes? There has been a lot of changes in general. I think the biggest change has been the length. And so I'm going to turn to the side and hopefully you can see even with my... I ran into my sister loctician at church the other day because we go to the same church, and I have not been to see her since before I guess maybe my fourth month, maybe my fifth, my daughter, maybe my fourth. I should have paid attention. I guess it was maybe my sixth month. I need to go back and look at the videos. Um, I haven't had her do my hair. I had an appointment to see her for my my 1 year, but then my husband surprised me with a trip, and so we couldn't reschedule. So I just did like I was already doing, which is retying myself. But I saw her at church the other day, and she's like, "Oh my goodness, your hair is locked," and for the most part, it is. Not everywhere. But I would say if I had to guesstimate on a percentage, I would say about 85%. The rest of it, the other 15-ish of that is just here and there. I mean, of course, it's going to be the roots because that's the most recently retied, which I did my last retie I think maybe 2 weeks ago. I was really good at first about putting it on the calendar, and now I just know by how it looks and how it feels when it's time to do it, and so I just leave it at that. Or when I know I have a busy stretch of time coming up and it's easier for me to do it before I get busy again, then I do it. So I kind of just let my life dictate when I retie, but I don't go over, I know I don't go over 8 weeks, probably 6 weeks max. It just makes it so that I can sit down now and pretty much do it in one afternoon. And so anyways, she saw me at church on Sunday and she's like, "You're locked." And I was like, "Oh," because I think so, but you don't see the back of your head. And my hair is not long enough to necessarily see it in the front either. I see it from with my hands mostly and then in the mirror. But honestly, I enjoy the fact that I don't have to do anything. So I look, I spray, I miss, I bounce. So that's kind of how that's going. When you look at it, it is still slightly frizzy. I'm going to try there a little bit just to see. It's like a little bit frizzy, but not a lot. Like it's not. I kind of went on a rampage, which I told you all about last time when it came to my ends, cutting quite a bit of my ends. And I was looking for areas that look like, I'm trying to see if I can see. It's hard to see. Let me see. Wish I had a mirror in here. My ends. You can't see. Can you see? Oh, there. See, they're like, a lot of them have sealed. A few of them have not. Like, it's hard to see in this monitor. I wish I could make it bigger to really see, but I can't. So it's, let's see, is that one? There. They're like this. It's like it's not sealed, but it's not cupey curly fully anymore either. I think I only have maybe 3 locks that still, when I wash them, I experience a lot of like where it comes almost totally undone, except for the lock portion on the ends. But that's only 3, and they're in my really, really soft areas. One being back here at the nape, and it's pretty long. It just shows out when it's time. Um, there's another one here, and there's another one like here, but it's nowhere near like, of course, like it used to be. So now washing is pretty much a breeze. I still do not bend in braid and bend. I haven't since. I really should have paid attention to the times. Maybe month 3, 4, probably never. I don't recall braiding and bending one time. I think I tried once, but my hair was so excuse me, I'm sorry. My hair was so short that it was too time consuming. I used to do like with the rubber bands to the ends. I think I did. You have to look at the videos because I don't remember, because I don't now. When it comes to, and I will take this out so you can kind of see it fully. When it comes to, oh, I cannot recall if I told you that I did color my hair. You probably see how it's like I'm going to take this down. You may not be able to see it. Oh, that feels so good. I have a bobby pin in here too. I didn't have it tight either. I just love to feel my scalp. Okay, let's see. See the color? It was a box color. It was brighter. I'm gonna turn a little bit to help a little bit there. It was a lot more burgundy, and the more it fades, the more I like it. I actually bought 2 boxes, and I was thinking about doing it one more time just to kind of be pretty much the last time, but I don't think I'm gonna do it. And I'm doing all this, and then I'm trying to figure out where my part was. Yeah, I don't know. I still have 1 box left. When I did it, I pretty much just did like I used to color my hair before. I didn't. Let me just. I'm gonna try to go to my daughter's room because she has a little setup where sometimes you can see a little bit better when it comes to the light. Yeah, it's kind of got a little something going on because I had it in that bun. But see, I love it though. I got a little bangage if I wanted to. Probably should do that more often. What else? What was it? Oh, I colored it the way I used to do my other locks. Pretty much just the way. Yep, I could do that. I just colored it like you would do your hair normally. The only other thing was that I really feel like I should have left it in a little bit longer, but I didn't want to leave it in too long. I mainly was trying to tackle the disrespectful grays, and I did want a little bit of color. But we're getting to the phase now that I don't like in color, which is, you know how your roots are really grown in, and my hair is not black, so it looks like I have brown roots and then these like burgundy ends. That bun really made it look like I got curls in my hair. It was damp when I bunned it, and then I went to work out, so that probably just made it damp again and then dried. Okay, and I only did 1 box. That was around my 1 year. So it's been 6 months. That's why it's faded. Before with my other locks, I used to do it once a year, but I would just do it a black. And so I kind of felt like I want to go back to that, being that my roots are brown. So we'll see. Right now, I love it, and I like even more as it fades. What else? Maintaining is. Since I did this, I'll show you the way I wear it 90% of the time. My bun is no longer fully a struggle bun. I still have straggling locks here and there, especially because I took a few of the Loc Extensions out. They grew out pretty well, and so once my hair was holding on its own, I just pulled them out. I just clipped it off, and so I just pretty much just wear my hair like this the majority of the time, or and it's getting thicker, y'all. It's getting thicker. I don't go for neat at all. And if I really need to do something and they're just not like cooperating, I just, yep, so this is it. It's pretty much it. I work from home, so these two I let dangle, putting in some hoops, and I'm good. When it comes to washing, oh, because I had the color, I did condition a few times. Not every time I washed. Mainly because, and I did a red conditioner, or the conditioner that they suggest you use when you put a red on your hair. I did do that. I look, she trying to duck. I know. Don't call me out. And I did that a few times and just didn't leave it on long and then rinsed it out. But for the most part, I've still been using VO5 and alternating with the Sisterlocks shampoo. I the base of my wash, if you want to call it routine, is apple cider vinegar. I really decided to lean more towards that probably about, oh, I feel like I haven't done this in so long, and I apologize. Probably like 6 or 7 months ago, because of when I work out, I sweat a lot, and so that can make like salt gather on your roots. So what I started doing is making sure that I cleansed my roots in the base of my locks with apple cider vinegar, so that there was no buildup. Another thing that I did, and if I'm doing a repeat, I'm not gonna keep saying I can't remember if I said it. Just forgive me, okay? Um, if What I did is I changed all of my sprays to distilled water. I do live in a major city, so the water is hard, and we don't have a filter on our water. So now what I do is I just buy distilled, or I just buy the baby water. And I use that when I make my sprays. And I have one bottle that's nothing but water, and another one that has everything else in it. Another reason why I maybe was doing the conditioner maybe every other, or every like one condition, two not, one condition, two not, is because my second spray is water, aloe vera, and then I have some essential oils and oils that I place in there. And I feel like that spray in of itself is a conditioning spray. So that's another reason why I didn't feel compelled to condition my hair every single time. I'm not a loctician. I am not a beautician. I just do whatever I want to do with my hair. But it works. My hair is soft. It just feels good. It's bouncy. Um, and one of the things that I do to ensure that, as far as getting fullness, even though to me I do have fine hair, is that when I kind of get ready for my day in the morning, I spray it pretty nicely, not to drench my hair, but to make sure it's good and damp. And then over the first couple of hours, as it dries, goes back to its dry state, I just shake my hair like this, like really good. And I do that every maybe 15 to 20 minutes or so, maybe a little bit less if I remember. And I do that, and what happens is, as it dries, it has more of a fluff to it as it dries, and that just gives like the style that I had, putting my little bun and then um, letting the back hang. Another thing, because it is a little bit longer, I can, when I need to do it for special occasions, or if I need to dress it up a little bit, I can put my hair in like a ballerina bun now with one of the little spongy things, so it looks really nice like that. All of my locks pretty much go back. I have a couple of little babies, like one right here that's a little bit shorter, and what I do is I just use these bobby pins. I love these bobby pins. This bobby pin, you get a set of them from Sally's, and that's the only, no, I've seen them at Sally's and I've seen them at Target sometimes, but I love them. They are just perfect for this size lock. You cannot see them, like, when you use the long ones. The balls of them stay intact, so it doesn't scratch your scalp. It just makes for a pleasant experience if you need to do them. And I have a couple of like little ones. These, when I want, they won't reach all the way back to the bun. They're almost there, but not yet. And so I'll use this, put one on each side. And yeah. So that's washing, conditioning every like third time. But mainly using my spray, which is every probably 2 to 3 times a week. I did make one of my oil mix, and I've only used it a few times, but mainly right after I do my retie. I found that using the distilled water, using my conditioning spray, that's what I call it. There's no conditioner in it though. Using my conditioning spray, those two paired together has made it so that I don't have like any dry scalp. My hair doesn't feel dry, it doesn't feel brittle, it doesn't feel itchy. But after I do the retie, I think it just feels exposed. So I made up my oil mix, and I put big chunky parts, and I'll maybe put some down, and then I take the pads of my fingers and distribute it throughout. Another thing I do is sometimes after I use the spray, I will put just like literally 2 or 3 drops in, like, and I do this, and I kind of just do this and I squeeze, and usually I do that only when I need to pull it back and I'm just kind of getting my situation fully situated. Speaking, like when you just kind of want to get put together, because usually I just throw it up. If they fly, they fly. If they fit, they fit. They don't, they don't. One of the things that I do want to work on in the coming months is I don't have another way to describe it other than calling it water training my hair. And I'll explain. I love swimming. I used to swim a lot at my Y, and I want to do it more. I have not because of getting Sisterlocks, mainly because since my hair is fine, and because I didn't braid and bend. Like I know I don't braid and bend. I'm not just trying to be out here in these streets wasting my money, because I didn't braid and bend. I didn't want to do anything that I felt like it was going to cause additional work or that would stunt the locking process. But one of the things that came to mind to me was with my first set of locks, I washed my hair since day one. And I used to wet my hair probably every day, every 2 days. I didn't mean like with my spray bottle. I'm talking about like drenched in the shower. Because I always, like after a long run, when I shower, I like to feel my whole body wet. So even when I was a loose natural, I would wash my hair 2, 3 times a week when it was busy training season or that busy training time of year. And I miss that. I really miss that. I think it would also help, combat any type of potential of having buildup because of the sweating and the salt and all of that. So back to the water training. I am starting to wet my hair more. Not necessarily wash it, but wet it more. I did that before. I've been doing it slowly, probably 4 months, maybe 6. Just doing it with my hands, like getting it in there just to make sure because of sweating. But now I just want to just dunk it and watch my hair. Get those 3 guys, if I need to, back in line and keep it popping. And the reason why is because I want to get back in the pool. And I usually I wear 2 swim caps. But when you have fine hair, usually, or at least for me, let me speak for myself, because my hair is fine, the swim cap don't stay on. It just slides right off. I've done everything. I went because I was on a swim team. So we got instructions on how to put the swim cap on and all of that. It'll probably stay on maybe 30 minutes, maybe 35. After that, I will literally, I'm swimming and I'm catching. I can feel go like the seal pop. So with that said, that means I want to make sure that if some water does get in there, that I'm not freaking out. My hair is not freaking out. Um, Another part of that was that before I started my locks again, I would wet my hair. And before I would wet my hair, I would add conditioner so that even though water would go in, I didn't get any damage from the chlorine because the water really wasn't penetrating my hair as much because my hair was already moist. And I think that's where my conditioning spray will come into play. So if I decide to start when I decide to start swimming again, I will kind of update you guys on how that's going. I'm thinking that the swim cap may be do okay because even though my hair is still fairly flat and it just rubs off of your hair, I think having the friction of the locks themselves may help it stay on. So I'm hoping I just invested in a good one and we'll see. But yeah. And the only reason why I haven't yet is because I'm still looking for a wild location that has an indoor pool, because once that happens, it is going down. I love swimming. So that was it. Still retying myself. I was planning to go to her at my 1 year, but I didn't. So I guess I would think about doing it around my 2nd year. I'm getting a lot faster, even though my hair is growing out quite a bit. My thinner ones in these areas are holding up so well. Like, it's just like, and it comes with the locking process. I've just been leaving them alone, and I retie, I keep them clean, and then we just roll. I am in an in-between stage, I guess. I'm sorry I'm picking up my teeth. I'm just tired and trying to wake myself up by doing this. Again, that bun kind of changed it, but I can't style it as much the way I used to, but I can a little. So really, it's just been me on my quest to have bangs. You know how bad I want bangs. And my sides are growing in still. This side is a lot better look. And I guess since I am talking about bangs. The Loc Extensions. Forgive me. There's one here. Right here. And right here. And I think those are the only 2 left. I took the others out. And you can see. Hold on, I'll try to. There. See where I attached it? Look how much it's grown since then. So all of this has been since I attached it on this end. So when it's time, I'm just going to cut it right at the base. I'm going to let it go a little bit longer. I'm trying to grab one next to it. See the difference? Like, this is one, and it's the end it's almost sealed and everything. See that? So yeah, 2 left. Since they are so light and so lightweight, I'm not worried about it. I'm glad I did it. It helped with those really short ones. I had one that was really short on the side that it had one and I just removed it. And now I removed no, I removed it just because it just that one didn't like it. So I just took it out. What else? Most of my areas in the back are pretty much starting to sell off. Have very few cubicles left. You see them mostly when I wash my hair. Um, two. I've only had to combine one or two into one, which I think that's crazy. There are some ones that are really small, really, really small, like right in here, that I've been like, especially the one that kind of gives me problems. But then the rest of it goes so fast that it just is like, just baby it, just baby it and let it move on. Um, and it's worked fine. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to turn, and then I may even try to do it in her room because she has the lighting set up, so I don't have to turn the lights. So here we go. I can't see what you're seeing, so I'm hoping you're seeing something. I do have hang time. Shakes. Okay. Turn around. It's it's been about 2 weeks or so since, maybe 10 to 14 days, 10 to something like that, since I've retired. And then, did I do this side? I don't know. They're starting to like not get stuck or tangled, but there's like those last few like wayward hairs around them, and sometimes they like to kind of just hang out with each other. And so there we go. There we go. The one thing that I can say in closing, I do think a lot about when people contact me and say they have fine hair, and kind of either what I would suggest or if they should contact my loctician and all of that. And I think one of the differences about me that I would have to point out is that since I've done this before, I know my hair. And I think that should be true for anybody. Even if you have somebody else doing your hair, knowing your hair, I don't know no like pH balances and all this other stuff. I don't get into all of that. Um, but doing it myself and having my hands in my own hair, I know when something is different. I know when something is off. I know when it's thriving. And I think that is invaluable, even when you have locks, um, especially when you have hair that, because it's fine, any type of extra something can be a cause for concern because it just doesn't have maybe the strength that thicker hair have. I don't have as many strands that thicker hair would have. And so it's important that I know my hair. But on the flip side, one of the things that I've had to remind myself and that I did not want to fall into, kind of when I said baby my locks, I didn't want to baby my locks. And that may sound weird. Because for a little while, I was kind of like, I'm not a heavy-handed person, but I was just kind of like, I don't know. Like, I just want it to be, it's my hair. This is how we about to do it. Get in there, get out. It doesn't mean, there are certain things that I only use on my hair. Would do that anyway, but I'm not really like, I can't do anything. I can't because I got Sisterlocks. No, it's supposed to be freeing, right? Not restrictive. And so, and because my hair is fine, I feel like I thought for a little while, I'm going to stop. I thought for a little while I questioned for a little while whether having smaller locks was a smart choice for fine hair, because I was thinking, well, if they're smaller locks and your hair is fine, then would that make them weaker because they are smaller and you have even less strands coming together to build the lock? And one day I was cutting. Yes, I just called it. Sorry, cutting. I was cutting one of those sections off that it kind of like pulled a little bit, and it was just like this fine line in the middle, and I was like, I'm tired of looking at that. Snip. So I snipped it. And when I snipped it, I decided to just kind of tug on it because in the middle, it was really fine. It's like the difference of if I use this bobby pin. And if you had, like, for example, the difference between having one of these legs against two of the legs. Like it was like half the size of the other end. And I was thinking, oh, this area is weak, right? Because it's thin. And that means there's only a few strands of hair in there, so on, etc. So when I cut it, I decided to just kind of pull on it. That thing was unmovable. It looked like it was only a few strands of hair, but it was so strong. And after cutting, I was like, well, dang, I could have left it alone. But it looked weaker than it was. And so it just gave me more confidence in my choice of choosing Sisterlocks. The fact that my hair is thriving and it's fuller. It looks having the bigger locks in the middle works. Like all of the things that I was, pardon my watch, all of the things that I was concerned about at one moment or another has been a non-issue. And so with that said, I guess the reason why I said this last part was to say, take time to know your hair. Even if you have somebody else doing your hair, when you wash it, feel it, really feel it. Pay attention to the difference of your roots versus the ends of your hair. The roots is coming right out of your scalp. That's fresh hair. You want your roots and the ends of your hair to, you don't want them cousins. You want them to be siblings. You want it all on the same page. You don't want your hair dry. If you want to color it like I did, you want to take care of it. And I think it makes for a more confidence in your journey when you have finer hair. And I think it would go the same if you had thick hair. The truth is having locks doesn't really change it much. It changes it, but so I'm out of here. So, comments, questions, and concerns, put them in the comment section. I'm going to try my best to come back before I hit 2 years. I said I would come back. If y'all seen a big change, I gotta just look at my other videos to see it. But I can try to show you. I'm gonna turn around and watch how it's brushing my neck. So, yeah, that's it. I'm excited, glad about my decision, looking forward to the months and years ahead. And yeah, I will see you all, y'all, in the next video. Take care and have a great day. Goodbye.